So today, I went through this Elvis YouTube kind of wormhole, and like I realized at the end of it that I don't know shit about anything, because like I thought like I knew about Elvis. I mean, I know that I don't know shit about Elvis, but and then the more I looked into it, the more I realized that all my preconceived notions of everything are like wrong, like. So, and it all started when I saw this video, right, of, it was like a CGI recreation of like Elvis, like behind the scenes at a show somewhere, right? And so my mind goes, because, I'm kind of dumb. So my mind goes, oh, because there wasn't cameras back when Elvis was performing. So they have to CGI recreate what he would look like and stuff. And so I watched this video that was like a CGI recreation of behind the scenes, and like they made Elvis like look so beautiful. And I was like, oh, I wonder if this is actually what it looked like. I wonder if that's actually what he looked like. And then I'm like, because yeah, he looks so like just like so plasticky and just like so like beautiful. I wonder if he was one of those figures that just like when you were around him, he just radiated like popularity and just like radiated just like being different and like just like above everybody, because some people are like that. They have that celebrity where they just radiate. And I was like, I wonder if he really was, because he's a beautiful man in this CGI thing. But then when I go looking into it, I immediately realized that everything I knew about Elvis was wrong, and that I'm stupid, and that like I'm just like, and I'm like, what else am I wrong about? What else do I not know that I just assume that, and then I'm just totally wrong about? For example, because, okay, so not only was there totally, like, pictures of Elvis and, like, videos of Elvis, and he, like, made movies. But it's like, so they definitely have footage of Elvis, of what he looks like. And it's not, like, fuzzy footage. I was thinking, oh, maybe they had some footage, but it's in black and white, and it's fuzzy, and it's terrible. But no, they have, like, even though it's black and white, they have fucking crystal clear footage of this motherfucker, right? And it's funny because I go on my Elvis quest, right? And the first thing that I see of one of his live performances, I was like, oh, there is a performance of his. Like, let's see it. And I click on it, and the first thing that I notice is he's not one of those beautiful men. He's not one of those plastic looking, like, I click on it, and it is not the CGI recreation version. It's like you can immediately tell that he is just like ragged, ran into the ground, fucked up like on something. You can just tell immediately. And so it's funny because I was like, oh. And it's funny because when I was watching him, he was just kind of standing there. And I was like, is that even Elvis? Because he's like young. And like he looks kind of different. And he just kind of got this dumb look on his face. And he just kind of looks like 5 other people that I went to high school with. Like he doesn't look like special, or he doesn't even really look like Elvis in this video that I was watching. But then all of a sudden, as soon as he opens his mouth or he starts to move, you realize that what made him popular is his presence, his stage presence. Because that's one of the reasons I looked into it. I was like, why is he the king of rock and roll? When, like, literally, like, there's so many other, like, first of all, what the fuck is rock and roll? I still don't know. It's like, what the fuck is rock and roll? Does anybody have any idea? Like, you know what I mean? I listen to things that are, like, classic rock, and it's like, this is, like, alternative, or this is, like, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just such a vague category. But it's just like, okay, so when I think of, like, because, yeah, when I think of Elvis, I don't think of that as rock and roll. I mean, classic rock, sure, maybe, but, like, it's, like, in a category of its own now. So it's, like, but, yeah, so it's, like, and then I think of, like, Johnny Cash and the Beatles, and I think, I go out of my way to listen to Johnny Cash. I go out of my way to listen to the Beatles. I know nothing about Elvis. All I know about Elvis is that he ain't nothing but a wow. And he's the king of rock and roll, baby. Thank you very much. And that's all I know about him. And that he died on the toilet. And he did drugs. And he overdosed on a toilet. And he's part of the 27 Club. That's literally all I know about him. Died when he was 27 of an overdose on the toilet. And he's a hound dog. That's all I know. He made some music. But I don't know why he's the king of rock and roll. Because I think about that same time era. And I'm like, the Beatles and Johnny Cash was like around that time era. And it's like, how is Elvis the king of rock and roll when I don't listen to any of his music? I've maybe heard like 3 or 4 of his songs, but do I go to my way to listen to this shit when I'm doing the dishes? No. But I mean, I'll put on the Beatles. I'll put on some Johnny Cash. But they're not the king of rock and roll. I mean, they're the same kind of genre, right? They're rock and roll, right? So it's like, why is he the king? So I decided to look at him, you know what I mean? look into him. And I immediately realized that he has to be fucked up. His whole character of who he is and his essence, his whole popularity has to be based around the fact that he's just fucked up. People are like, no, he had talent and he could make a song. And sure, yeah, maybe he had a good voice. He could write a song, but that will come back to the drugs later. He could write a song at the drop of a hat. but yeah, so he had musical talent. But why is he the king of rock and roll when his songs aren't better than like the Beatles or Johnny Cash or like, you know, I mean, debatably, but you know, they're not the king. So it's like, why was he the king? Because of his stage presence. And that's something that I realized immediately about watching the videos of him is that just his movements and just him being himself is so ridiculous and entertaining. But I bet you anything. Well, there's no way to know nowadays. I mean, maybe there is. Maybe there's already a settled debate, and I don't know anything about it because I've never looked into Elvis. I don't give a fuck. Either way, I don't give a shit. This is all just blah, 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 blah. But so, I bet you that Elvis was a character that Elvis played, right? I bet he wasn't this kind of guy all the time, you know what I mean? I genuinely believe in my soul that he is higher than a fucking kite. And I genuinely believe in my soul that he just got fucked up one day and was just being so fucked up about it. And he's like, bro, I'm fucked up. He's like, I can make a song. He's just on so many drugs. When you look at the list of stuff that was like in his blood, like when he died, he was on so many drugs. And what he did was so many drugs. And you see how easy it is for me to make a song when I'm on so many drugs. Woo wee woo wah, wah wah. But you see, the thing is, this was back in the day when nothing was going on. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have cell phones. They didn't have all this crazy shit that we're entertained by. They had nothing. They had sock hops. They had TV dinners. They had beating their children and wives. I don't know what they fucking had. They had nothing. they had, you know, but it's like, so when somebody comes out of the woodwork and they're like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Elvis fucking Presley, baby. You ain't nothing but like literally. And I hate to do that, but that's literally that is literally what he does. And it's entertaining, you know what I mean? So if somebody were to go on stage like today and just be like let's say that there's no preconceived notion or no past memories of Elvis. If somebody were to just do that nowadays, they'd be like, he's fucking lit. He's lit. He's fucking blasted. because yeah, you watch him and you know that he's blasted. Because yeah, I swear to God, he was sitting in a room one day and he just got so fucked up, you know what I mean? Because when you're fucked up on that many things, the only thing that you want to do is sing and dance. And everything will just come naturally to you. And I bet you anything, he just found one of those niches that he can work with, and he just ran it into the ground. He found this little character. He found this little... Wow! Bow! Bow! Wow! Yeah, babe! Which is if I had the outfit on, it would make more sense, but that's pretty much what he does. Because, and you realize, he's not an incredible dancer. You're like, oh, he had the moves. He was Elvis. He's the king of stage presence. But he wasn't a professional dancer. He didn't have moves. He was literally just, boy, yeah, you won't be too how, it's been a while. Like, literally, just pulling shit out of his ass continuously through his whole thing. It's literally, I'll do it right now. It's like, I was nude, it was June, it was late in the afternoon, it was a Tuesday. Right? I was nude, it was June on a Tuesday afternoon, and it was you. Tell me the news, lace up my shoes, Scooby-Doo-Bitty-Boo. Beep bop boo and beat yeah, love me now. You just gotta say something about love and like, come make me tonight. Whoop baby whoo, little I have woo. As long as you just do anything, the people in the 40s and 50s were entertained as fuck. They literally, because they're all just standing there. They're just standing there with their fucking little pencil fucking tie shirts. They're like, we have the 3 singers of the band of the frickin' the Elvis Presley group. And then he just glides up to the floor like, and I'm the main fucking character. I have a little song, and it goes like this. Is gonna be a sad damn song tonight. Whoa, baby, look into my eyes. You know you love my voice. I'm sexy as hell. Come rub me down. And that's literally just how he made songs. He got fucked up enough and just did whatever the fuck. I swear to God. And you know what? It was so easy back then when there was no music already. You could literally just, that's a song. All right, let's make another banger. You just got his backup singer. You know what I mean? This is fucking. And you could just look at his face and tell he's fucked up. And he didn't have professional moves. He just did his. He's like, he was doing it one day. Somebody saw him. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? And he was just blasted as fuck in an alleyway, like, sing my song tonight. Playing my fucking guitar. And he's just doing that in an alley. And somebody is like walking home from fucking with his wife, and he's like, honey, stay back. He's like, sir, what are you doing? And he'd just be like, I come in peace, I swear to God, I'm just having a good time, baby, join me. And they'd be like, dude, you need to, like, get some help. But at the same time, you have a really good voice, and I'm kind of entertained, so just keep doing your thing. And he'd be like, you like my voice? You like my dancing? They'd be like, yeah, I'm actually... It's way more entertaining than anything else going on. And he's like, well, thank you very much. He's like, he would go up on stage and be like, I know that I'm blasted as fuck right now, but you still let me be up here, so thank you very much. Woo! You all know that I've taken a bunch of fucking drugs and you haven't locked me up. Instead, you let me be out here so I can entertain you, but I'm high as fuck. So thank you very much. Woo, I'm here to do some shit. I should be locked up, but you keep me here because I'm entertaining, so thank you very much. Woo, and I'm the king of rock and roll. Back up there. Wow, woo. I'll never forget when I saw him, like, I was like, oh, he's high as fuck, because his eyes just went. He was singing something. He went, who's been boom, wow. I can't even do it. Like, you have to be fucked up to be able to, like. But you can just see why people were entertained by it. But it's just like, it's just because it's the only thing that. And you want to know what I think? Personally, I think the truth, what actually happened, is I think that there was a time loop portal opened up somewhere in the world. Or whatever, or in this dimension. And I think that some really fucked up Elvis impersonator from Las Vegas, I think he somehow went to a wormhole and went back in time and replaced Elvis. Because you look at the footage of it and you're like, this is the real Elvis? He looks like just some fucked up off-brand of himself. He literally you're like, this is Elvis? You're like, this is like a joke of what you think that it would, but this is literally actually just what he was doing. Okay. He seems like he's like the original Elvis impersonator. You know what I mean? But it's funny because he was like, you look at him and you're just like, there's no talent in his moves. It's almost like if you just took any Elvis impersonator off this fucking side of the road, they would have been just as entertaining if you fucking would have sent them back in a time machine. They would have had the moves, they would have had the voice, and that would have been enough. He wasn't his specific talents or whatever, and because when it comes to the songs, the words don't matter. It's the melody and the stage presence of everything that he did. The songs that he made could have totally different lyrics, and they would be appreciated just as much. I'm willing to bet. Because it's all about the melody. And it's like, so it's just so funny that, like, you look back and you're like, he just seems like he's just doing an impression of himself. And he just found one of those niches that works and he just ran with it. Like Johnny Cash has that little, like, just sad kind of monotone thing. And you can make any song out of that. He found his niche and he ran with it. That's how he made so many good songs. He'd be like, it was a Friday afternoon, I was sitting by the moon, you understood until I knew it was the end. I'm Johnny Cash, I took a dash, it was my last, I'll kiss my ass up in the night. I'm going goodbye, you'll see me tonight. There was a mountain in the hill with a valley sang me down below, but not... You know what I mean? Because back in the day, when there was no music, they were just like, just say anything, any new melody, that's a song. You know what I mean? See, one of those niches that you just find and run with it. Eminem founded the niche. He just rash and then he slashes with a bash and his rashes and he flashes and he ashes. And then you're in the cannon when you're after him and but you lay by the bay with some clay and you're like, hey, what do you say? Maybe I just may lay. I can make things out of clay. And I'm like, hey, what do you say, lady? But you know what I mean? If you could just find one of those things and just run with it. Like Weird Al. He's like, oh, I'll just take everybody else's stuff. Change the words. Found a niche, ran with it. Elvis is like, I'm just going to be redonkulous. That's it. Everybody that's in the world is so bland. The entertainers of my time are they're just as bland. And I'm not only going to turn the knob up, I'm going to take it to 11. These people need like a 7, but I'm going to take it to 11. It's just like, because I bet you anything, somebody was just like, because all you want to do when you're fucked up is just like boom, 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 woo, you're my little darling. And then literally just, you know what I mean? Back in the day, I feel like it was so easy to make music. And then literally just, I mean, his voice was good, songs were good, but straight up, his music is like, there's entertainment in that part of it. It's just the ridiculousness of it. Yeah, he found that niche. He's like, it's going to be all over the place. Because there's, it's hard to explain, but there's those little things where you just like, get an idea, capture it, run with it. His was just, I'm going to be as ridiculous as I can be. And you want to know what's interesting? He was like a comedy person, or like an entertainer more than like a rock star, because he goes out there, and people are like cheering, and like, then he just like points, and people start laughing, and then he says, "We're gonna sing a sad song tonight," and then people start laughing like he's being sarcastic, because he is, and then he's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a very, very sad song, baby," and it's like. And it's like, yeah, he's like doing this whole comedy thing. And then like in a different skit, he's like, yeah, we made some pretty big records. I mean, it's the same size as the rest of them, but sold way more of them. It's like he thinks he's funny. And he kind of was, but another thing that makes you think on drugs is like everything was about him. Like when you're on uppers or like speed or stuff that they say that he was on, that like gives you false self-confidence or overconfidence. And it's funny, he had like 3 albums that came out where the title of the album was his name. The first one, sure, go for it. But then again, I'm going to make a second one. The second one's going to be called Elvis. Elvis 2? No, baby. Just Elvis. Sir, you already came out with one called Elvis. Yeah, but that wasn't the last one. That was a few Elvis CDs ago. This one's going to be called Elvis. You think they forgot about that one? And then he's like, did it again. And then he made a movie called Elvis. I have 3 singles named Elvis on my CD Elvis. My new movie's coming out called Elvis. It stars me, Elvis. And what kind of name is Elvis? I'm getting Showmanship saying Elvis so many goddamn times. Elvis. That's another fucking thing. Is when he was just fucked up and he was just like, I think I'm gonna make music. He's like, bro, I don't know what you gave me in that pill, but I'm gonna need a whole lot more of that shit, baby, yeah. I'm gonna need whatever the fuck was in that shit, and I'm gonna need like 5 more, baby, yeah. And then he's like, I think I'm awakening a whole new side of me. I think I'm a goddamn rock star all of a sudden. I think I'm gonna be the motherfucking king of rock and roll, baby. You can call me Elvis. It's like, I know my name is Timothy John James, but you can call me Elvis. That's like not ever a name before, and it like never was. He's just so high that he just says a sound. He's like, my name's gonna be. What's my name gonna be? Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm really feeling this beat. What's my name gonna be, baby? I'm a king of rock and roll. What's my name? What's my name gonna be, baby? I'm feeling elves. Elves. I was an Elvin. Elvinlintons. I'm John Elvington. I'm Elvis, baby. That's what it is. I'm Elvis. Call me Elvis. That's what it is. Elvis. I like the sound of that shit. Call me Elvis, baby. Yeah. I'm gonna start making songs. And it's gonna go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my song today. I'm fucking high as nuts. I can go down low. I can go down low. I can go up high. I got some guys standing behind me in a line, and I can go high. I can go down low, and I can go all over the place where you want me to go, baby. Go. Gonna make it snow with my cocaine, baby, where the fuck I wanna go? I'm Elvis now, baby, suck my dick and die. You can call me Elvis, baby, don't ask why, cause baby, fuck yeah, thank you very much indeed. Sucking on my boobies till shit starts to bleed, cause I'm Elvis. But see how easy it is? Imagine if there was no entertainment in the world. I'd be the best thing ever just by doing that. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's something there. And you could tell that, like, he was standing there on stage normal, and then they gave him the microphone, and he's like, all right, time to be Elvis. And then he just goes like, and he just kind of like looks at the fucking crowd, and they're like, oh, he's Elvis now. It's just so fucking great. I could go on forever about this. But the point is I genuinely believe that the only reason he was so popular is because he was high as dick. I genuinely don't believe that he ever would have been famous if he wasn't high as dick. So, when it comes to the war on drugs, 1 point for drugs. We wouldn't have Elvis if he was sober. Anybody that's like, Elvis would have been the same, so shut the fuck up. You don't know dick about anything. You don't know shit. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. If you think Elvis would have been the same person without drugs, you need to go home. I don't care if you're in your home. You need to go somewhere else. You need to shut the fuck up. Your opinion is invalid. You need to live a different life. You need to figure it out. He wouldn't be the same without drugs. It's like, no, maybe he just had him in his system when he died, but he wasn't on drugs all the time. Look at his face. Look at his face ever when he ever did anything. Look at any performance he did and tell me that's a sober man. Look at Elvis as a person and tell me that's ever a sober man. Literally. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of the things that I found out in my little Elvis search He's not part of the 27 Club. That's one of my fucking things that I realized I was totally wrong about. I was like, how does he look so old sometimes when he died at 27? I was like, he looked fucked up for 27. He must have been doing so many drugs and banging so many women or doing so much shit, like, and just stayed up for so long that, like, he looked like he was fucking, like, 50. And then I realized that he was, like, 50 when he died. He was, like, 47. I was like, what? Literally, what? And then I look up the 27 Club, and, like, it's like nobody that I fucking thought. Is Marilyn Monroe in it? I don't even know. Never even figured that out. I thought that she was. I went searching for the answers. I got so pissed off that I never even got my answer. I don't even know. Is she in it? Fuck all if I know. I literally don't know. Amy Winehouse and Jimi Hendrix are the only people that I think I care about in that club. But I didn't really look at all of it. None of the people that I really thought were in it are in it. Elvis died at like 40-something. It's one of the first things that I learned. I was like, what the fuck? God damn it. What? It's like, what else am I wrong about? Or what else don't I know? But yeah. Either way, he was lit from day one. His whole persona was based on being fucked up. I guarantee it. It's like, no, he was just a special soul. No, he wasn't. He was a regular soul on so many drugs at once. Take all the drugs that was found in his system when he died. Just take all those drugs and tell me you don't turn into Elvis. This mythical beast that just comes out of you when you're on those things. You know what I mean? You take that list of stuff and you're automatically singing songs and making songs and dancing your way to the store. You know what I mean? You're singing everything that you say and shit, and you're making music out of everything you fucking say, and I'ma dance my way to the store, baby. I'm gonna dance and sing. We're gonna win this race. Hopefully somebody out there gets that. But yeah, see, Eddie Murphy knew way before I did. We're gonna win this race. See, he literally just sang everything. That's funny. I didn't even realize that he totally pointed that shit out. In fucking Delirious or Raw or whichever special. But that's just so fucking funny though. But yeah, and I realized that I was like, yeah, so I don't know shit about Elvis. Yeah, I was like, all I know is that he's the king of rock and roll, which he's not. He's like the most entertaining person of that time, I guess, would be a more accurate thing. But I was like, yeah, so everything I knew about him was wrong. I was like, he's the king of rock and roll. He fucking was in the 27 Club, and he died of drugs on the toilet. The only thing that was right was the last one. It's like the only thing you knew about Elvis that was right was he died on a toilet on drugs. That's going to be my legacy. Hopefully, if nobody knows me at all, they at least know that I died on a toilet on drugs. What is his life? That there's people out there that's like, I literally know nothing about Elvis, but I know that he died on a toilet of an overdose. Yeah, that's something to be known, right? That's fucking funny. But yeah, he literally just, like, he was the first person to just figure out, like, just making sounds and just, like, making songs out of sounds and just being extra about it. See? And they would have fucking, like, given that motherfucker, like, $1 million right there. They'd have been like, oh my god, you're fucking genius. And then he just, like, lit as fuck, like, thank you very much, baby. Yeah, thank you very much. It is genius, isn't it? Look at me, I'm the king of fucking rock and roll, baby, thank you. He's just like, give me more of those pills, motherfucker. I need to turn back into Jesus. I mean, Elvis, I need my Jesus pills. I mean, my Elvisness. Give me my Elvin pills. I need my Elvis pills. That's what I'm gonna start calling everything. You wanna do a line of cocaine? You mean Elvis dust? Give me those Elvis pills. I'm gonna just stop while I'm ahead before I had 30 minutes. Anyways, fucking deuces.
Give me those Elvis pills.